So I think we're live on everything.
Yeah.
We are officially live on everything. Okay, let's press record. Let's get it.
We're in there.
All right.
So.
Are we recording?
We are.
Oh, we've been recording the whole time?
Yeah, but I can.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Well, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Anomaly Podcast. I am Carson Charisma.
And I'm Greg Wilson.
And he's Greg Wilson. And it says that we're not streaming on YouTube yet. Okay, really? Check now, because I think we're streaming, Tyler. I think we're streaming. And then let me know. Please put it in the comments. Let me know. So, guys, this is very new for us.
Yeah.
We are streaming on like multiple phones and platforms right now.
Yeah.
We're also recording this. So, for the people who listen to podcasts, whether it be, on iTunes or, their Google for those YouTube came up, just get it. Yeah, let's get it. So we're on live on YouTube as well.
Right.
So for wherever you're listening or watching, this is new for us. So thank you for being here.
For sure.
We love you. We appreciate you. I am Carson Charisma.
And I'm Greg Wilson.
For sure. So today we are going to talk about, y'all know it's Women's Month, right? But before we get in that, it's always important. I got to check in with my co-host. Greg, what's gooding?
Man, everything is good, man. It's been I won't say the year's kind of moving by, pretty fast.
It is. It's like already. It's what mid-March.
Yeah,
it's mid-March.
So.
Hey, Brandon.
It's been really busy. Work and just in the midst of doing, our creative niche and doing content creation. You already know how that goes.
It's been crazy. So, you just went to Atlanta, for a dope So Greg is like he cheats on me from time to time. For those of you who don't know, so he cheats on me, and he has another podcast that he's with. And Cameron, you better. I hope you see me. Okay.
If you don't see, you definitely.
City
of
what is it? Is it City of?
It's City of Savages.
Yes. Okay. Right, we got to call him out.
And I'm glad you asked about Atlanta. Atlanta was super dope.
Good.
I want to shout out Pretty Fly Society. I want to shout out Boutique Fashion Week. I want to shout out Frank Mill. I want to shout out Cuba God. I want to shout out to all the designers, creatives, all the fashion designers, all of the artists, entrepreneurs, everyone that I met out in Atlanta.
It was dope.
Atlanta's just a different vibe right now, and pandemic.
They out there spreading that COVID though.
Pandemic.
And I know if some of y'all went to that All-Star weekend, you don't come around me.
Listen, pandemic aside, right? Atlanta's it's just a place where you can really go to showcase your creative niche. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever style or whatever that you have, your artistry and your craft that you can go put on display.
Mm-hmm.
Like Atlanta is the place for that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It was just nice to be able to be involved. Like I said, shout out to Boutique Fashion Week for show, for just allowing us to be a part of that.
Right.
And we met a lot of dope individuals. Man, I think we did, as far as like City Savages, I think we did at least, 10 plus interviews.
That's love.
With different individuals. And just shout out to everyone that sat down with us, like just to give us their time, because it was a busy moment.
Yeah, it seemed like it, but it seemed fun.
It was very fun, and it was just so dope to see so many people from different walks of life just showcasing their talents. I was just amazed by just the amount of talent and just God-given gifts that people were able to display, in Boutique Fashion Week. So, like I said, shout out to everyone that put on for that, Pretty Fly Society, and Frank and Cuba, for just taking the reins on that and leading that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just dope. We met a lot of good people, man. And,
good. Keep those connections. Networking is important.
Yeah, for sure.
It's important.
Sure.
It's important, people. Networking is important. I'm good.
How about your week? I was about to say,
my week has been good. I've been busy. Guess what, y'all? This weekend I'm going to Miami. Ass out.
Y'all.
Ass finna be out all weekend. Ass finna be out all weekend. You hear me? Ass finna be out. I'm going to Miami this weekend. I'm super, super excited about that. Cannot wait. Cannot wait for that. Other than that, work's been busy and productive. So I'm like looking at multiple cameras and I love it. It's cool. Hey boo, hey Jerry. I'm going to Miami with Jerry. Jerry gonna be in Miami with me. So we're super excited about that. It's just gonna be a great trip. It's a friend's birthday.
Okay.
So I'm just ready to turn up and get a break and have my ass out in the sand. So I'm excited. And so you know how I get down. And then I wanted to tell you guys, so everybody who's watching right now, okay, if you did not, where's your camera? Get these people. Okay, pay attention. This is important, okay? This is important. Facebook,
everybody
YouTube, this is important.
Right.
Everyone, the last episode, part 2, dropped today. The birds and the bees, the sex, do's and don'ts, okay? And everything in between dropped today. So after you get off this live, don't do it now. Don't do it now.
Please.
After you get off this live,
that would be really rude.
It would be rude to leave us.
Take your time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Wait until after this one is over.
And then
go
get on that episode, okay? And then share it with your partner because then they need to know how to fuck you right, okay? And she need to know how to suck your dick without using her teeth. Got it? Okay, great. Okay, so now we're gonna jump into what we need to be talking about today.
Big facts.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. So, as you all know, it is Women's History Month.
Shout out to women.
Everywhere.
Shout out to women.
And what's crazy is
shout out to my babe.
Shout out to babe. Shout out to wifey.
Yeah.
Right now I have like no women on here. But guys, women, as you know, women are important. So I need any of my males that are on here, and on here as well. Facebook, you guys can chat us. Let's see, they can chat. So you guys can chat, and we'll get your chats in like live time. But please drop any woman that has been influential in your life in whatever way.
And Carson, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You're going live from your personal page.
Yes, this is my personal page.
So listen.
You're on your personal page, right?
I am.
Okay.
So listen. So I don't have as many folks that are live with me right now, but I want to make sure that we are able to give attention to enough cameras. We got 3 cameras going right now. So if you're not following my co-host, go follow her right now.
Follow me.
Jump on her live.
Follow me.
If you want to follow us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook. I'm gonna jump off of mine. Go ahead and follow. We're gonna keep Carson's up.
Yes.
We got hers on the professional stand right now. What's up, Audrey? What's good with you?
Hey.
And I was just telling everyone, go ahead and follow Carson Charisma real quick. We're gonna stay live. That's how we're doing the show right now.
Right.
We're currently recording.
Right. I don't know how this is gonna sound when we get ready to put it out there, but we'll see.
But you know what? It should make a difference.
I don't think it should. So I have somebody.
Share this.
So somebody, my girl, and this is actually someone who I want to recognize for Women's History Month.
Okay.
So as you know, she's literally the only one on my life right now. I love you so much. So I have 2 girls, and you know who these girls are. My core, my literally my everything, my heart in human form. Lucia. And
yeah. Shout out to both of them.
Shout out to them. They are absolutely amazing, phenomenal women.
Yeah.
And, we say Women's History Month and you think, old people or people who have died or whatever. These bitches make history every day. Okay. And so they inspire me to be greater, to be better. They call me on my shit, even though I don't like it. They call me on my shit. They let me know what's up. They're not yes men. They're never going to be like, yeah, Carson, whatever you say goes. Like, you do you, girl. We got you. No, they're going to be like, listen, we got you, but that shit's fucking stupid. Okay. And so they are literally, hey, Dre, they are literally amazing women. And they make history. Lucia is a mother. She's an amazing mother. It's so funny because we always said that she would be last. Like, we were like, oh, she's not going to have kids first, right? And then she did.
Right.
Look, wifey joined. Hey, wifey. Greg's wifey's on.
Good.
And so basically, she's an amazing mother. Yumiko Favor, I don't know if y'all know this, but In Favor of Style. Hey, Dougie, my boo Dougie. I'm gonna recognize the GOAT, Mary Freeman. Give me a second. You already know. So
go follow Carson.
So Yumiko Favor In Favor of Style. Okay, In Favor of Style is her brand. And so this girl is all like anything aesthetics in your home, your hair, your makeup. Like, she is the go-to person for all this fashion. And she's a true entrepreneur at heart and in her spirit. And not only that, but she also does the very hard work of social work. So she's literally like a true superhero out here, right?
Okay.
So I have two friends that are amazing, that are making history every day,
Right.
saving lives. One's raising a young Black man. One's out here helping other people get their life together so they can raise their kids together while pursuing her dreams, and all over the world. So I just want to say that those two, if I have to acknowledge any, I'm going to save the best for last, and that's the GOAT, like you said, John, Mama Freeman. We're gonna talk about her last, but I definitely needed to. If we're talking about on a personal level at first, before we reach out to the celebrities and anybody else other women who are doing great things, we got to talk about those two.
Yeah,
we definitely
for
have to talk about those.
For sure.
So what about you? So I know you got wifey, I know you got moms.
Yeah.
Who would you say for Women's History Month, International Women's Day, as you know, who would you say? And Miko said, "I'm not crying, you are." I love you too, Mama.
Man, there's just so many, bro. I'm not even being funny right now.
Mention me.
I gotta go with my co-host.
Yeah.
I gotta go with my co-host. Like, first of all, man, let me try to say something I don't normally say.
Okay.
We already know you're a bomb co-host and you hold it down for us. You gave me an opportunity to create what we're doing here with you. I've been told you, how much I appreciate you for what we do here, and just allow me to be a part of this project with you, because this was your baby. Like, you started with this earlier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just allowing us to come back and rebrand this as something else. I just salute to you for that. But not only that, just your womanhood. There's so much that I respect about you. Your integrity, you being solid, and I think like it's important to focus on certain things like that you stand on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think when we started this live, you were basically saying that you're not a feminist, you're a womanist,
right?
And
sure.
I think like that makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it just means that you just stand up for women everywhere, and especially Black women,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So just shout out to you for beating statistics,
yes,
going, and getting multiple degrees, but not even just your credentials, but just everything that you stand for and stand on. You can tell that you are, a nod to your last name of your family. And no, real talk, man.
I appreciate y'all. Brittany, I appreciate you. Yeah, man. Miko, I love you. The Black Bradshaw is on. That's another woman I gotta talk about. Yes, Black Bradshaw. We're gonna talk about Karen in a second.
Continue to let your light shine, man.
Greg,
That's all I'm saying. I love you too, man.
I appreciate that. Y'all, I just want to talk about how powerful women are.
Yeah.
Not only do we literally every single thing has come from a woman. How, and look at that, talking about me, she all right. But no, seriously, every single thing literally stems from a woman.
Yep.
We are so powerful in so many ways. And so I just want to take this moment for anybody watching Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Number one, I think we should all celebrate women.
Yeah.
No matter shape, size, color, celebrate women, be inclusive to women. It's so funny, I saw a post that was talking about how we were talking about International Women's Day, yet women get paid so much less than men, right? Right. And so these are barriers that we have to break, and we're working towards breaking them. But I encourage all of us to celebrate women, be kind to your women, protect your women, especially our Black women. And then not only that, but women who are listening to this show, I encourage you to love on yourself. Love on yourself. And it's taken me so long to get there, and I'm still very much in the process of learning to love me.
It's a continuous thing.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen overnight. It's not something that's I love myself and that's it. Right. You're always growing, you're always evolving. And surround yourself with positive women who are okay and adapting to that change. I spoke about my two best friends, Yumiko and Lucia. And I'm not the same person I was when I met them, 10 years ago, right? And so I just think it's important to have people who will allow you to evolve and give you the space to grow and still love you through that. And so I just want to say that before we move on to any other women and how they've inspired us, and guys, please drop in the comments. Women that have inspired you.
Yeah, for sure. Please do.
And so before I do that, I just want to encourage everyone to love on yourself, especially women. And then anyone who is not a woman or does not identify as a woman, encourage and love on your women.
I want to piggyback on that and just say, advocate for yourself, man. Be your biggest fan. Nobody got you like you got you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That goes for men, but we talking about women today and tonight, and nobody got you like you got you. So be a champion for yourself, be a champion for and be an advocate for yourself, and just push through, man. You got this.
Mm-hmm.
Tell yourself that every day when you wake up. You know what I mean? No matter what you're going through, and you got this can be anything from tackling a project that you have to do for work to going downstairs to make a cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with this pandemic and everything that we're dealing with, and everything that we're going through, I say it all the time. Wake up. Give thanks for waking up, and then go and get it. And going to get it, whatever it is, can be something very small or it can be big. But whatever it is that keeps you pushing and keeps you motivated and inspires you, just go after that, man. So shout out to women everywhere, the ones that birthed us, the ones that raised us, the ones that we are missing, that are no longer here with us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Thank you for the tutelage that you've given, and just the motivation that you've given us. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to women everywhere, man. And we can jump right into it, man. As far as so let me ask you first.
Okay.
Is there one particular woman that you're thinking about? And not necessarily family. And we can leave that towards the end.
We're gonna leave that towards the end.
But is there any particular woman that, as far as that has inspired you?
Yeah. So I want to before I do that, I want to hop in the chat, right? I want to include these people.
Yeah.
So we have someone who said, let's see who inspired, right? So we got Kim. You know Kim from Charleston.
Yeah. What's up, Kim? What's going on?
I don't know Kim's last name, but
you put me on spot. I don't remember. I don't remember.
She's a phenomenal mother. She has her own business as well. Someone says that they're inspired by her. Amigo says inspired by her. The Black Bradshaw, yes. Carrie Douglas. Well, she's not Carrie Douglas anymore. She got married. Her last name is Irving. I went to the wedding. It's not horrible. I believe his last name's Irving.
Well, congratulations to her. Congratulations to the husband, to the newlyweds.
Oh, Dwayne, honey. We love Dwayne. He's
to the newlyweds.
We got Renee. I don't know who that is. Monet. I'm not Monet. Best friend, Jazzy. Skin by BK. I don't know who that is. True to me. I'm calling out Instagram names now. But shout out to all these ladies.
And thank you guys for joining too, man. Appreciate it.
So yes, for sure. Thank you. We got John. No, John was my high school sweetheart.
What's up, John?
I really in love with him. He really broke my heart, but we gonna talk about it another day. No, I'm just kidding. He got Natasha on here. He says Natasha and Sarah J. Roberts motivate him daily. I inspire him with my workouts, making him want to get off his ass. That's what's up. Listen, I'm trying to get this weight off. I got to put my hand in shape or something. So we got all that. Michelle Obama, we got to touch on Michelle
Obama.
Obama.
Please, yeah, for sure.
But to answer your question, thank y'all for sharing. Continue to share, so we can call out these people. For me personally, when I first we first decided, okay, we need to talk about women. I thought about Angela Davis.
Okay.
I thought about Angela Davis, Angela Rye, who was named after Angela Davis.
Yeah.
I thought automatically went to Black women. What's it? Cecil? She just
Cecil B.
No.
Who do you think about?
She just died.
Cicely Tyson. I got you. Cicely Tyson.
Cicely Tyson. And her very dynamic roles over the course of her career.
Man, listen.
Barriers. Those were probably the top three that automatically came to mind. Of course, Michelle Obama. Doug, he mentioned Michelle Obama. She definitely came to mind. But she's talked about often.
Yeah.
As she should be. She definitely should be celebrated because it's fucking Michelle.
Right.
Let's be clear. Okay, it's Michelle.
Right.
But those were probably the top three. And then of course Maya Angelou.
Right.
So those were my women who I automatically went to.
Not to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
Those are honorable mentions for me, automatic, because that's where my mind went. So Cicely Tyson was big for me. I don't know, I made a post about her. I don't know if you saw it, but it was basically just giving props to her. So when I was little, I was a kid, one of the first movies I actually saw with her in it was Sounder. And it was just I don't know, they were, obviously, they had a farm. They were living, by like no means, like had a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And for those that haven't seen it, I don't want to tell the whole story, but basically, her performance was like so captivating. And I noticed that, but I mean, I noticed that at a young age too, and like that became one of my favorite movies. It was still when it was on VHS, so it was still on VHS. You know what? Kiss my ass. But anyway, it was still on VHS, and it was just like, I don't know, like I just tell, you know what I mean, like, and she was mad young in that movie
and beautiful. I mean, she was gorgeous. Yeah, until she died.
Right. Yeah.
I was mad Betty Whitehouse lived her ass, so I'm not saying I hope she died,
but still, you like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely honorable mentions for me.
They're great.
I was about to say, don't even act like
they're great.
Those are mine. She snatched my seeds from me.
No, I haven't had sunflower seeds since I played softball back in the day. He's like good too. But listen, I agree. Cicely, she's just phenomenal in so many ways in her character. I think one big, and you know me, I'm a theater buff. For those of you who don't know, I majored in theater in college. Well, half major, my other major was communications. But theater was an active role. I had to do a certain assignments in order to graduate, all kind of things. And so I studied at Juilliard for 2 summers while I was in school. And so theater is near and dear to my heart. Before the pandemic, I was teaching theater in Ballantyne at Ballantyne Arts Center. So theater, again, is near and dear to me. And so Cicely Tyson, her role, she was a true method actor. And her role, she truly evoked thought, right? Like she made you... Stand by DK joined. Yumiko Holler that called you out and said you're a woman that has inspired her. So hey, Stand by DK. But yeah, so she's just always been phenomenal to me, and such an innovator in her work, and again broken barriers. And speaking of actresses who've done that, if we're talking about making history for Women's History Month, Viola Davis.
Oh man, yeah.
Let's talk about Viola Davis and how the fact that this Black woman, I mean Black, like not brown, not light skinned, this Black woman has really truly broken barriers and created a space for women who look like her. And if you want to be real, Cicely Tyson started that, right?
She did.
She started that, creating a space in Hollywood for women who look like her.
And you know
and again, that's why I said, I'm sorry. That's why I said when it comes to womanism, right? Feminism is about women, but it's not inclusive to Black women.
Right.
Okay. And so I want to be clear about that. Womanism is more in regards to Black women.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I really feel like they created a space for women to thrive in Hollywood.
Right.
And I think if we're talking about Women's History Month and we're talking about International Women's Day, we cannot talk about those things without mentioning these ladies.
And I was just going to say, thank you for finishing that up, because we do want to make sure that, this is giving props to all women, no matter, what your background is and stuff. But specifically, it's just important because, in my opinion, just, my Black sisters don't get enough props as they should. You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. And so when we have the opportunity to give you guys your flowers, we need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't, they're not going to do it.
Okay.
We see what the Oscars do.
Okay.
A nomination is not a win.
Okay.
Granted, and let me just say this, that it's good to be recognized. I think the nominations are important because that means that we have, definitely a seat, at the table, and we are there and you see us, you know what I'm saying? So nominations are very important, and just having that nod is amazing. And I know that, these producers and these directors and these actresses, I know it means the world to them to have this opportunity. Go ahead.
I'm gonna interrupt you.
Yeah.
Y'all. So somebody said, Carson works out. That helps me. My trainer just joined. My coach.
Oh, shout out. Yo, you've been putting in work though.
He got on my ass today, though.
Hey, that's what he's supposed to do. It ain't supposed to be easy.
He got on my ass today. So what happened was I worked all Sunday. I worked from literally 1, 2 o'clock to 12 a.m.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm gonna get up in the morning, I'm gonna go. Definitely overslept, right? And so he texted me this morning, he was like, yo, what the fuck you got going on?
Where you at?
He was on my ass.
Yeah.
But I love him for that. And so right now, we're talking about, so you inspire me, but you're not a woman, so I can't focus on you today. But drop a woman in the chat who has inspired you. As you know, it is Women's Month. We're talking about women. It's International Women's Day. Drop a woman who's inspired you to be the great man that you are. Let us know. All right.
No, you good. All I was gonna say was we were talking about Viola Davis. And we're talking about Cicely Tyson. Mm-hmm. The fact that both of them were in How to Get Away with Murder. But it wouldn't be the show that it was without the other Black woman, Shonda Rhimes, that wrote the entire story. So she's actually on my list. So let me talk about Shonda real quick.
Okay,
Shonda Rhimes created Grey's Anatomy. She created Scandal. She created How to Get Away with Murder. And her production company, Shondaland, currently owns ABC's Thursday night slots, all of them, right? And so, yep. And I just with Grey's Anatomy, she's the first Black woman to produce a top 10 network series. And most recently, she signed, check this out.
How much money?
$150 million deal with Netflix. And she's now developing 8 new series for the streaming giant. Not only that, though, the first one is Bridgerton. So if you haven't watched Bridgerton yet, everyone that's listening, I started watching Bridgerton.
Those sex scenes in there be real raunchy.
Hey, it's not a kid's show.
It's not a kid's show.
Make sure they in bed before y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, both of my boys, they be like trying to get on the steps and watching shows before, like they ain't supposed to. They do. I like try to catch when I'm like, hey, go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Bridgerton is not one of those shows where, you got some little kids running around where they're supposed to watch. So shout out to Shonda, shout out to Viola Davis, man, shout out to Cicely Tyson. But I think like that was the purpose of creating that show and putting that legacy together like that, because it was kind of like passing the torch, from Cicely to Viola Davis. You know what I'm saying? But and whenever she passed, Viola, she put her up on her IG page because I follow Viola Davis.
Right.
And she was just like, man, look, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have the opportunities I had. And it's like that with so many.
And I just think we have to acknowledge that, right? When we really paved the way.
Right.
And it's not even just famous women or actresses, right?
Right.
Again, when I go back to Angela Rye and Angela Davis and women who literally have like put their stamp on like history, like in a sense of like trying to make things better for the marginalized communities, and that's a big deal. We have people. So Brittany said, I'm going to call out Instagram names, so I don't make people by heart, but. Ash Black Diamond, she's Amber Nicole, Leah Allison, Sour Patch Kid, Mary and Sully, Kimberly, Mel and D, Nadira, let's see, my trainer said Teddy is his fiance.
Okay.
I think that's awesome. Angela E. Davison, So Tied Up, Holistic Essentials, Kendra, Alexis. That's Scorpio. So I just call them Instagram names, but you can just tell how many people have been inspired by a woman. And like I said, I'm more majority men on the line right now on the live, and so it's not even women who are just inspired, but we like reach everyone.
You do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I go back to my trainer, right? And we have to get you on the show one day because we want to talk about fitness, so we'll talk about that. But I go back to my trainer, and it's so funny because, he has a gym now, was looking to expand, started off in like his mom's garage. So again, women's history, right? Like, It's like I wouldn't be who I am and where I am without like the help of like the women who have been around me, right? Like the first person you name is your fiance.
Right.
But that's important.
Right.
That's important. You talk about your wife, right? Like, that's important.
Yep.
Like, bro, I got some taste in my mouth. Women are, hey guys, hey y'all. Women are just so phenomenal in every single way and aspect. And I know we want to continue. I have a couple other women that I want to acknowledge. But before we do that, we're going to go over to the culture shock.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do the culture shock.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, the culture shock, we always take a brief pause from the topic of the day, and we address something that's happening within the culture. Whether we've seen it on the Shade Room, Baller Alert, the news, what have you. And so I'm going to let Greg take it away.
So culture shock today, man. It's about, I hope you guys can hear me. I can project loud enough. But the culture shock today is about, hopefully everyone has heard. I mean, it's big in the news right now, not in just the United States, but in the UK as well. We're talking about Meghan Markle and and Prince Harry, and the sit down interview, I think it was like 2 hours long, that they had with Oprah Winfrey, man. And just about, it was just kind of shocking. It was shocking, but it also wasn't shocking. Just the way that the entire royal family responded to Meghan, and their family, and Meghan being a mixed race. So first of all, before I jump into it, did you take a look at any of like the clips that we have from the interview, Carson, and what was your basically don't
Let me tell you how I felt about that fucking interview. Okay, so Meghan Markle, Harry was like, listen, what is his British accent?
Come on, put it on.
He said,
Would you?
I was stuck until Meghan came and got me. I was stuck.
He was stuck.
I was stuck until Mary came and got me. What is her name? Meghan.
I know what to do.
I didn't know what to do. Meghan saved my life. A black woman. Thank you, nigga. Black women do this shit. We do this shit, nigga. You didn't know you was stuck until that black woman came over there, got your ass over them seas, and brought your ass back to the US of A.
He was stuck on those tea and crumpets.
I was stuck on the tea and crumpets and up my mother's ass. And then Meghan told me, we should get the fuck out of here because it's a cult. Okay? Like, hey, Quay. Like, seriously, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I heard the whole fucking interview. Black women save lives. Y'all, and like, listen, no shade to white women. Black women save lives. You hear me?
But
so that's not always all I heard.
Yeah.
They also talked about that baby.
Right.
And let me tell you something. Meghan is a better woman than me. Because I wish the motherfuckers would have came to me and been like, how black is your baby gonna be? Bitch, black as fuck. I'd knock your ass out. That's the type of shit that I will knock your head off your shoulders. Questioning my child before my child was even born. Right. First of all, his fucking name is Archie. His name's Archie.
What? So did they give him that name? They to make thinking that it was gonna like make his skin fairer or something?
I don't know, but I think he's looking horrible, number one. His name's Archie. Like what black women to the rescue, exactly. Always. And that black women to the rescue in the workplace, and don't get me started. But I'm just like, the child's name is fucking Archie.
Yeah.
They had something to do with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that it was like, we're worried about how dark he's gonna be. Let's be clear. Like, they're white people who are considered royals. Right. They don't like black people. And the only reason she was allowed to marry Meghan is because she's on the fairer side. She has more European features. Her hair is not 4C. She don't wear protective style. She don't gotta put in the butterfly lines.
She has curly hair though.
It ain't 4C.
She does.
I don't give a fuck. It ain't 4C. Like, no shade to her. Like,
no. I get it. Yeah.
But there's a difference between like niggas is like, oh, I like natural hair. You see my natural hair and you see Meghan Markle natural hair. They talk about Meghan Markle natural hair versus Carson's. Like, this shit, like when the curls go through, you feel me? Like that's not the curls they talking about. I don't have curls. I have coils, right? I have the coils, right? So there's a difference, and so granted, and it's the same thing when we talked about Lori Harvey, right? And Michael B. Jordan, and so she leans more towards the European features. And I honestly think that's the only reason why they were okay with him being with a black woman. Why else would they ask the question of how dark this? And then that's a stupid ass fucking question because she's fair. She's fair, he's fair. What the color do you think
it's ignorance that's behind it, but so I want to be candid for a second because
hold on.
What's up?
Me too, Brittany. We got somebody said I'm convinced they killed Diana. I think they did too.
Yeah.
We need to protect Meghan at all costs.
Facts. And I think that it's so much into it. So I was honestly gonna dig in Meghan's ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just being real. Like, that's one thing that, we pride ourselves on, is being real and being raw.
Facts.
Because now let me say this, because I feel bad for her for the simple fact, because in her interview, she talked about, the suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I hate for anyone to have to go through things like that. So, really, I'm a praying individual, so I'm going to be praying for her. But part of me and my skepticism for her and her, because she's mixed, she said it herself in an interview in 2015 about being on both sides of the fence.
Oh, of what?
Of
being like in a gray area because she's of mixed race, right? But I want to hold on. I'm gonna teach here for a second.
All right.
So the name of the interview that she had, it was called "I Am More Than Other."
Okay.
Right, and it was from Elle magazine in 2015, and so this is from Megan's mouth herself, right? So she said, fast forward to the 7th grade, and my parents couldn't project me as much as they could when I was younger. There was mandatory census that I had to complete in my English class. She said you had to check one of the boxes to indicate your ethnicity: white, black, Hispanic, or Asian. There I was, curly hair, freckle face, pale skin, looking down at the boxes, not wanting to mess up, but not really knowing what to do. You could only choose one, but you had to choose one parent over the other. And one half of myself over the other, my teacher told me to check the box for Caucasian. Let me read that back to you. My teacher told me to check the box for Caucasian. So that's what Megan is saying. So she said, because that's how you look, is what the teacher said. Right. And Megan said, I put my pen down, not as an act of defiance, but rather a symptom of my confusion. I couldn't bring myself to do that, to picture in the pit of her belly sadness my mother could feel if she were to find that out. So I didn't actually check a box. I left my identity blank, a question mark, and an absolute incomplete, and when I read that, like, it gave me a new perspective, because basically what she says is like, she's black and white, and in her entire life, she's always been in that gray area.
I'm pretty sure a lot of them are.
Yeah, man, and you think about it, for any person that's mixed, that's had to deal with certain questions or certain things that come up, and you're just like, man, like, it just kind of puts it into perspective.
But let's be clear. Like, they might be in a gray area, but the world is not.
Right.
Right. So, and I want to be very clear. Black people cannot be racist. So any white people on here, don't call me racist. Because I'm not. I hate Alani.
They'll try to call you prejudiced.
No, I am prejudiced, and I have no problems admitting that. I'm a prejudiced human being.
Yeah.
And that's something I have to work on. We're doing DEI training right now at work, and it's very difficult for me because I'm very prejudiced. Like, I'm prejudiced. So it's difficult to deal with that. But anyway, I'm sure. But mixed people are and mixed women, right? Because let's be clear, and I don't mean to turn this into a race conversation. We don't want to spend too long on the culture shock, but there's no one of equal value in America than as a white man, right? So if you're not a white man, you are not equal, nor will you ever be in America, right? And so then you have the white women, and then you have like the white women who have some type of status, money. Then you go to the poor white people, then you go to the mixed people, and then the Hispanics, and then black, right? Because even Hispanic people make more to the dollar than black people. Like, let's be clear, right? And so my whole point is, if you're a mixed individual, you might be confused, but the world is not, baby. You are black.
Yeah.
The reason why they ask what color Archie would be, right? Like, you are black to them. And that baby is black to them.
And it's funny, not to cut you off, but it's like, I'm gonna deal with you because you're fair skinned, but in the back of my mind, you're still black.
You're still black.
I'm gonna deal with you.
And that's what happens
when
you marry them white girls.
Yeah. And you know what? One thing that helped me out with Megan and not digging her ass, like I said, because I just didn't want this to be a situation where she just didn't recognize, where people just wasn't going to be accepting of her of all this time in her life. Now, just because you're married into the royal family, you thought you were going to be accepted.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
One thing she said was, what? I admit I was naive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, don't go saying, oh, well, I definitely understand being black now, just because now the royal family just wants to dismiss you and your child.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like you didn't understand.
Like you didn't get it. Right.
Like
you know what I mean?
So I feel you. But you know what? That's our culture shock. And it wasn't extremely shocking to me.
It wasn't shocking to me either.
Because,
I felt bad for her. Hey, shout out to Harry though. Holding. But you can tell he loved her. You know what I mean? You can tell he loved her. But
he'll never fully understand.
No,
but he does love her.
But he does love her. So
she got me out of the castle. She took my parents, cut me off completely.
It cut me off completely.
You know what? My millions and trillions of dollars in my gold.
Carson, you know what? I'm so thankful for Monica.
Megan is being delightful.
I appreciate so very much.
And Archie.
So nah, man, but that's the culture shock, and you know, I really hope that they're able to move past this situation. Praying for them. We don't speculation. I really do feel. Shout out to Brittany, whoever said what they said about Diana, because I truly,
said that.
I truly feel like
You know Brittany.
which
What's Brittany's last name?
shout out to Brittany. So but no, like really, I just watch over them, watch over this family, watch over these kids, you know what I mean? Because obviously they're in love, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you know, they can tell that they don't want to be a part of this racism,
Right,
whatever
right,
it is, you know what I'm saying? So they're just trying to get away. But I truly feel like, you know, something was orchestrated for
Dylan's.
shout out to B, man. B, you already know what it is.
You know what it is.
But no, really, I truly
shout out to Tyler Perry. Why is he shouting out Tyler Perry?
Anyway, but no, seriously, I do feel like, you know, someone, you know, as far as Princess Diana. So
they did that.
Cover Meghan, cover Harry, and we gonna move back.
And the babies.
Yeah.
And let's move back into it. So for the people who are on, who just joined, I got a couple people just joined.
And Facebook too.
Facebook too. Y'all like Facebook, come on Facebook. He stepped in and offered security for the family. Oh, Tyler Perry.
That's right.
So yeah, shout out when they came back to the States. Yes, because they took away their security.
That's right.
They took away their security.
That's right.
So that's again, protect them. So thank you for that, Nico, because you just taught me something. I didn't realize that. So back to Women's History Month, International Women. One woman that I have to, I talked about my girls. I talked about, the Angelas. I talked about Maya Angelou, Still I Rise. I have her tattooed. Her poem has my favorite poem.
And shout out
down in history.
And shout out to all the phenomenal women out there too.
Yes.
That's one of my
Phenomenal Woman is a great one. And all of you all who have called out women on here, thank you. Shout out to them.
For sure.
But I have to acknowledge Mary. Okay. For those of you who don't know, she's the motherfucking GOAT. Her name is Mary Lee Freeman, and that is my mama. Okay.
Talk about it.
So, so often when we talk about women and making history again, we think bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
And no, Mary is not a superstar. She is not. Hey, that's Scorpio. Somebody said that you inspired them for Women's Month. So welcome to the show. But yeah, so often we think about women who have done these grand things, quote unquote, right?
Right.
But let's talk about how Mama Mary, yes, she done grew up in her town. My mama is phenomenal in so many ways, and I'm always down to air my dirty laundry in my business, but I'm not gonna air my mama's because it's one of those things where when growing up, it's like, listen. What happens in this house stays in this house. And so I'm going to respect that. But I will say that my mom has been through a lot.
Yeah.
With family, friends, just all kind of things, just life circumstances. She lost her mother when she was 18 years old.
Yeah.
And that was one of my biggest fears. Who said that? Who called? Who called out Scorpio? I think Brittany did, maybe. Scorpio. She called you out. I'm not sure, but we love you and we're glad you're here. But yeah, so my mom's been through a lot, and her mom died when she was 18, and so for so long I thought, I was nervous. I was like, when I turned 18, my mom's gonna die. That was literally like a naive thought that I had in my head. And so, after I passed 18 and she was here and still going and moving, and as I got older, I realized some like the sacrifices she made for my family. And don't get me wrong, my dad and my mom, they've been married about 30 years. Hey, Trent. My trainer called you out. So Vernon Carr, Vernon from Proud Fitness, Scorpio, he's the one who said that you inspire him. So I'm sorry, I keep going back and forth between live and this. Right. But no, and don't get me wrong, my parents have been married 30 years. My dad is a phenomenal man, and we'll talk about men one day. But right now we're talking about women, and so with that being said,
fellas, this ain't close right now.
Yeah,
if you're in your feelings, just just go ahead and log off, bro. Like this it's not your world right now.
It's not your month.
It's not your world. It's not your world, bro.
But yeah, no. So my dad does amazing, but we would not be the family we are without my mother. She's truly the glue.
Shout out to the matriarch.
Yes, she's the glue. And same thing with my grandmother. You know, my extended family, in a sense, kind of fell apart when my grandmother died. And so, God rest her soul.
Yeah.
And then my grandpa went a few months after her, and so it really just was, everything was kind of in disarray. Where I don't know what I would do without my mother.
Right.
And so, you know, all the things she's done for our family, everything she sacrificed, she literally, you know, would give you the last, like she can have two sitting in her account and she's gonna give you both of them. She's gonna give you both pennies.
Right.
And you know, won't have a pot to piss in, but she's gonna give you everything that that she has to offer. And she's beautiful, she's smart, she's intelligent. She is literally my best friend. I've been able to have conversations with her that and people wonder, you know, people hear me talk to my mom and they're like, oh, and I look just like her. I do look like my mama. But she fine as fuck because I look like my mama.
You your mama's daughter.
Listen, but you know what's crazy? It's like people hear me talk to my mom and they go like, you talk to your mama like that? And I'm like, yeah, like what do you mean? Like this is normal for us. Like you talk to your mom like you white. And I'm like, what?
Right.
And you know how like white people will cuss around their parents and stuff like that. And I have friends who like will not curse around their parents, will not like smoke or do anything, like drink. I walk in the house, me and mom like, let's get a shot, let's get a glass of wine. You got a pen, you want some of this pen, you smoke some of this pen. Like we are like, it's so funny. And she's literally my best friend. And so she hears the episodes about sex and she's like, oh, well, maybe you should try this. I'm like, hold on, mama, don't tell me no more. I don't want to hear no more. I don't want to hear no more because I know who you're doing it with, so I don't want to hear no more. You know, but she really, truly is my best friend, and I couldn't imagine life without her. She is on the front lines every day fighting COVID and helping COVID patients.
Thank you, Mom.
Yes. So when we talk about these people are true heroes, they are. My mother is a hero. She's in the hospital. She's been there since March of last year. And she's still there kicking a year later, helping people and saving lives. And so, you know, I want to be like her when I get older. You know, when I grow up, I want to be like my mom. And I hope that when I have children, that when I have a daughter, I have a relationship that I can cultivate the type of environment my mother has for myself and my brother.
Hey, man, you said it all, man. That's dope.
That's my mama.
Shout out to Mary Freeman, man. And, you know, it wouldn't be no Carson Charisma Freeman without Mary, so shout out to her, man.
Yes. Thanks, Quay.
So before I jump into, you know, I want to give a couple more honorable mentions for some famous women that I just, you know,
who is it
right now?
Okay,
that are just making waves right now.
I have a question now.
Yeah.
Are we gonna talk about Kamala?
No, that's actually the first person I was gonna say.
Okay,
yeah.
Say,
no, I was.
We gotta.
Yeah.
But you know how you was gonna get a Megan ass? I'm not gonna get Kamala ass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I really don't want to spend too much time on it. I just want to say thank you to her for being, you know, the first Black and Asian American to hold the title of vice pres. You know what I'm saying? And but you know what?
Is it not tough for you a little bit?
It is, but you know, I'm kind of putting that in the back of my mind because what I'm trying to do is give her a chance of redemption. Like I really am. Like that's where I'm at with mine. I'm trying to give her a chance of redemption because you know she don't have the best track record as far as you know how many incarcerated Blacks. Like let's just put it out there. But you know what? We as a Black folk, we're not gonna get anywhere if we keep canceling each other.
You're right.
White folks something fucked up can happen.
And they do.
Excuse my language, and they can move on like nothing ever happened. We're too busy with the crabs in the barrel mentality. As soon as one bad thing go wrong, we're gonna cancel them. We got to stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if she's gonna,
she was like, oh, like,
right.
Like, oh,
but listen,
if she was putting people like.
But if she keeps on doing that, because
then it'll be a problem.
Then it'll be an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
we can't expect anybody to save us, but
exactly. And also, when you're in politics, there's so many other people's hands in it. Whether you're red or blue, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're conservative, whether you're liberal, you know what I mean. People work together to incarcerate. When they did mass incarceration, both parties worked together to do that.
That is
you know what I'm saying? But anyway, give her props for still, you know, making history. Giving Michelle Obama her props.
Somebody said nope.
Giving Shonda Rhimes her props. Simone Biles, you know what I'm saying? It's just these are just individuals, man. Issa Rae for Her,
Oh my
her
God.
writing, man.
But she, you know, Issa Rae kind of pissed me off.
For what? What's she doing?
Cause like, come on, Issa, like you started in little bitty ass fucking episodes, and then you want to fucking cancel the season.
Right,
You skipped a whole
right.
year,
But
and then
she's
now you coming back as the last one.
she's
What
doing a
y'all
lot
think
though.
gonna happen? I want to know what y'all think gonna happen.
Don't do that.
Lawrence
Don't do that. Because somebody's gonna predict it right. Like I feel it. Somebody's
Is
gonna
Lawrence
predict it.
going to stay with Issa, or he gonna be with what's the girl name? Committee.
Canola oil.
Canola oil. Which one?
Condolences.
Condola. That's it. Condola.
Condola.
You watch Issa. Drop it in the comments right now. Let us know either Condola or Issa. Just say Condola. Or
He going with condolences. I don't even know why y'all tripping.
He gonna be with Issa.
You think so?
No, because he one of them type of he feel like he need to be the mother.
We're gonna see.
But
anyway, let me finish this off by just saying let me talk about my mom first. Kathleen.
Yes, Kathleen. I love that name.
Yeah, Kathleen.
So
man.
pretty.
That is the sweetest woman I've ever met in my life, and to this day, she's the sweetest woman I've ever met. She sacrificed so much. Just like you, I'm not gonna put her business out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I just see just how much that she's done for me and for the family as a whole, man. Like I just watched her work hard my entire life, and like she had the opportunity to retire from work, and they like called her back because of like how hard she worked. They was like, man, we'll pay you more money, we'll do all this other stuff. My father actually, because of a vehicle accident, he went on disability like almost 20 years ago, maybe a little bit less than that or something. But either way, he's been on disability for a while, man. I just seeing, and I know even though that was a struggle for him, because my dad is like a really hard individual. Like, and I mean that.
When you say hard, how?
I mean like just he's a tough guy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so mentally, I can understand like if that might be tough for him to deal with that, because it's a chance thing. You don't know that you're going to be in an accident and have to be on disability. You know what I'm saying? And so my mom just watching her hold it down.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wifey said, yes, Mama Kathleen is a blessing.
Big facts. And so just seeing her work as hard as she has, it always pushed me to be like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to move my mama out of this particular house into something bigger. Like, she deserves so much. Trust me, you're gonna get it too. You know what I'm saying? And like, just shout out to her, man, for always holding it down and just being humble. Just with everything she does. Like, she never asked for anything, but in the same token, like my pops always held it down with her, like just to see their dynamic, even though that they've been through so much, they still had each other back. So, but I just know that wasn't easy for my mom, even though she didn't complain. I know it wasn't easy. And she held it down. She held it down. So shout out to her, man. But let me take it to my missus. Let me take it to my missus, man. She see me at my absolute lowest. But not only that, just like her individual goals and successes. I mean, I champion for this woman because just to see her grow. We met in college. You know what I mean? That picture, y'all were babies. Yeah, we were small, right? And just to see her grow, I mean, she's accomplishing and doing so much, man. She is advocating for moms everywhere because she's not only a woman in the healthcare field, she's also on the front lines. So shout out to you, woman, for doing everything that you do for not only our family but for complete strangers. You know what I mean? Putting your life on the line and risking your life for others. In the midst of this pandemic, but like. She's jumped out of her comfort zone in order to create a safe place mentally and spiritually, and just for and like specifically mentally though, for other moms that may be struggling with anything from whether it's a day-to-day task to postpartum to anything. So she's created a literally a coaching and development class for women that can come to her to come to her. So I don't want to talk about me. I don't want to make it about me. I just want to make it about her and just the barriers that she's breaking, not only, like I said, as a woman that's in the healthcare field, but outside of that, she teaches our kids on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? So
She's the queen of the household. She's got 3 boys in the household.
Honestly, you know, we've been here for about 50 minutes, but I can go another 50 to talk about her.
I already know. And I want to say this about Greg's wife, right? I've never met her in person, but I've seen pictures and y'all, and yes, Greg is married. Don't get beat up because I'll fight you for her. But no, I've seen her pictures and she's beautiful.
Yeah.
So kudos to you because I mean you're cute or whatever, but she's probably sucks. So
I'll take
let's
it.
just be clear.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
She's the cute one in the relationship. But no, seriously. She says thank you and she loves you. But yeah, no, she's literally so beautiful and I love that how you like, and of course you never know what's going on in someone's home, right?
Yeah.
But just your dynamic, the way you talk about her, whether we're online or off, or on air or off, the pictures of like the candid pictures that you post. One of the questions was like, I just love the dynamic of the relationship, and I think that speaks to your parents' relationship because it helped you. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it helps and still continues to help as you grow and evolve. And you guys, like you said, you met in college, you've been through a lot. And I want to say this to her, directly to her also, is that, girl, I know we gotta like, hey, I don't want him to hear me. So I know we gotta like shape these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we gotta mold them. You feel me? You did a good job because he's decent. No, seriously. No, all jokes aside, y'all, the way you speak so highly of her, I know she's a good woman. And I know you. I've known you for a while. I know you're a good man. So together, you are a power couple, and I know you're going to raise and continue to raise amazing boys. If you guys have any more, I'm okay with that too.
Anyway,
I'll babysit whenever you want me to.
I appreciate I'm gonna hold you to that. But no, seriously though, I appreciate. Thank you.
Yeah, no, for sure. I see it and I love it, and it inspires me for sure.
I just want to say that no relationship is perfect.
Of course.
So to that point, I'm not. And everything isn't, everybody's business about what you go through here and there. But we're always going to be transparent and different things of that sort. We go through challenges just like any other relationship, things like that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, I know I wouldn't be the man that I am today without her. So, I know I wouldn't. Oh, I didn't see it. So I know that, everything that we've gone through, the way that we're raising our kids, the different things, the different challenges that we face, I don't face them by myself. The different things I face at work, I don't face it by myself.
Major key.
The different things that we do here, I wouldn't be in this podcast with you if it wasn't for my wife. So there's so many different things that I can say thank you. Yeah, there's so many different things I can say thank you for. I just know I wouldn't be the Gregory here, Miss G, whatever you want to call me, if it wasn't for my wife. So
I love it.
Regardless of what we go through, you know what I mean? I already know what it is.
Brittany said I'm a great babysitter. Her son likes me.
So what we're gonna do is anyone that is on that wants to babysit, I'm going to go ahead. Carson, you're first.
I'm sorry. I heard and then we're gonna make awesome.
And then we're gonna make a list.
So listen. FaceTime him. His kid's like, do you want me to show you karate?
All y'all gotta do is feed him.
Yes, like he's so cool. They're so smart. They're good kids.
Feed them and put on music, and they're good.
And they're good, right? Same thing with JR. I think boys are like super easy. It's the girls that are like, oh my god, boys are super easy. JR was the same way. Brittany's son, he was like just chilling, hanging out. Like he bought his tablet. We fed him. It was cool. Your kids like on FaceTime, they're like, can we show you karate? I'm like, yeah, like, super cool. But we're running out of time. Yeah. We got 2 minutes left here, so I know we're about to come up here. Guys, some of y'all stay on the whole time. I really fuck with y'all. I love y'all.
No, seriously, thank you.
Anyone Facebook, we love you. Thank you guys. YouTube, we love you. Thank you guys.
Thanks for always rocking with us, man.
And again, just with final thoughts. Cherish your women, love your women. I know that there's a woman who's inspired each and every one of us, some way, somehow, some form. Whether it's your mother, your wife, your friends, the honorable mentions, right, of the world. So just love and protect our women. It's important. If you don't know a woman that has inspired you, then you need to Google or do something. Because there's women everywhere who are
y'all, you full of shit. If you don't know a woman that hasn't inspired you, I'm sorry. You are full of shit.
We will hear your wife said, we will take babysitter class. Be prepared for NJ. All right, y'all. We are out. We love you so much. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Drop that though before we go. Oh yes. Of course, you can follow me on Instagram. That is KARSON, KARISMA. You can also follow the Anomaly Podcast page on Facebook at the Anomaly Podcast and Instagram at theanomaly.podcast.
And y'all know y'all can follow your boys at Greg RWILS, and that's on IG and that's Twitter, man. And make sure y'all follow the Anomaly Podcast too, man. Get our followers up. Get up, share this. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you drop it, share this, man. And as always, thanks for rocking with us. Everyone that followed us on live today, thank you for adding your valued input.
Yes.
And just following and rocking with us, man. We appreciate you.
For sure. And last but not least, guys, if there's any topics that you guys want to hear about or you're interested in even being a guest, like we're so open to stuff. Like let us know. Like DM Greg, DM me, DM the Anomaly Podcast page. Let us know. I am Natasha. We're actually about to sign off, but somebody on here said that you were a phenomenal woman. We're talking about Women's History Month and women that inspire us. So shout out to you, girl. And then we're done, right?
The very last thing I want to say. The women that are in your life right now, I know you told us, tell them tonight. Or as soon as you have the opportunity, it's about 10:30 and we're still recording. But either, tell them tonight if they're not asleep already, or tell them first thing tomorrow how much you appreciate them. You know what I mean? Any woman that I have appreciation for, that is close knit in my family right now, I told them today before I told the world.
Love it.
I think that's so important. You know what I'm saying? So tell them, whether it's a quick, text message or a quick phone call, just let them know that they're appreciated, because we don't know what tomorrow brings. So make sure the women that are in your life today, you make sure you tell them right now.
Tell them right now. Greg, we're signing off, but tune in next time. Love you guys. Bye. And we're gonna end it here. Bye, Facebook, YouTube. All right. And then that's
I booked it till 10:30, and so we did really well with that. I didn't think it was gonna go that long.